It was a final for the ages, thrilling, breathtaking, and truly unforgettable. If Barcelona completely dominated the first half, then the second half was Real Madrid's stunning counterpunch. The emotions from this match still linger. The offside calls, the controversies, the fouls, the moments of chaos. All of it wove together into a truly electric encounter. But no matter how dramatic the battle was, there could only be one winner. And that victory could be the turning point that launches an entire season of glory. Meanwhile, the defeated side now faces a harsh reality: despair and the looming need for a full-scale squad overhaul. The first half of the Copa del Rey final between Barcelona and Real Madrid was played under a suffocating tension. From the opening whistle, Barcelona made their intentions clear, pushing high up the pitch and attacking relentlessly down the flanks, with Rafinha and Lamine Yamal constantly exposing the sluggishness of Madrid's fullbacks. Disaster struck early for Madrid as Ferland Mendy suffered a relapse of his injury and was forced off in the 11th minute. His replacement, Fran Garcia, immediately became a glaring weakness as Lamine Yamal repeatedly drifted right to exploit the space and launch dangerous dribbles. It was from one such move that Barcelona found their breakthrough. Jude Bellingham made a rare mistake, his pass intercepted by Pau Cubarsí, who quickly set up Pedri. After a smart 1-2 with Yamal, the Spanish midfielder curled a perfect shot from just outside the box, finding the top corner past Thibaut Courtois and opening the scoring in the 28th minute. For nearly 40 minutes, Real Madrid looked lost, failing to register even a single shot on target. Their attacks were disjointed, the connection between midfield and attack broken. Even Jude Bellingham, despite dropping deep to orchestrate, could only produce a disallowed goal, called back for offside. There was a brief moment of hope when Vinicius Jr. sprinted into the box and was brought down by Íñigo Martínez. Initially, the referee pointed to the spot, but after consulting with his assistant, the decision was overturned due to an earlier offside by Vinicius. It was the right call, but it only intensified the fury of the Madrid fans, who filled the air with deafening protests. Despite being second best, Los Blancos were fortunate to trail by just a goal at halftime, leaving the door open for a second-half comeback. And what a comeback it was. If Barcelona bossed the first half, Real Madrid stormed back after the break, turning the match into a heart-pounding thriller. Right at the restart, Carlo Ancelotti made a bold move, bringing on Kylian Mbappé for Rodrigo. Mbappé immediately made his presence felt, with his searing pace and tricky dribbles causing chaos in the Barcelona defense. After a series of missed chances, Madrid finally found the equalizer in the 70th minute, a stunning free kick from Mbappé that left the goalkeeper no chance. Stunned, Barcelona began to lose their shape, and they paid the price just 7 minutes later. From an Arda Güler corner, Aurelian Tchouaméni rose highest and powered home a header to put Madrid 2-1 up. The atmosphere inside La Cartuja shifted dramatically, now pulsating with the roar of Madridistas. It felt like Madrid had seized victory, almost mockingly so, given how the first half had gone. But Barcelona's spirit refused to be broken. In the 84th minute, Lamine Yamal once again produced a moment of magic, delivering a perfect long ball for Ferran Torres to beat the offside trap round Courtois and coolly slot into an empty net to make it 2-2. The closing moments of regulation time were pure chaos. Vinicius Jr., drained of energy, had to be subbed off. Barcelona thought they had earned a penalty after a clash between Rafinha and Marco Asensio, but after a VAR review, the referee not only overturned the decision, but also booked Rafinha for simulation. It was a wild, emotional end to a second half packed with drama. Extra time began with both teams clearly drained. The tempo dropped and the match lost some of its sharpness, with fewer end-to-end attacks. Still, the tension remained unbearable. The second period of extra time only added more layers to the drama. Ferran Torres thought he had scored, only to see the flag go up for offside. Then came the turning point. In the 116th minute, from what seemed like a harmless play, Jules Koundé intercepted a misplaced pass from Luka Modric, and unleashed a thunderous strike from 25 meters out. The ball skimmed low across the turf, giving Thibaut Courtois no chance as it crashed into the net, sending Barcelona's fans at Le Cartuja into an eruption of joy. The closing minutes were absolute chaos. Kylian Mbappé was brought down once again in the box, but the referee had already whistled for an earlier offside. The tension reached its breaking point when Antonio Rudiger lost his head, hurling a water bottle towards the referee and earning a straight red card. When the final whistle blew, Barcelona were crowned Copa del Rey champions. For Barcelona, this victory marks the coming of age of a young generation. Talented, yes, but no longer naive. Lamine Yamal, at just 17 years old, played with the poise of a veteran. Pau Cubarsí stood tall and composed in the game's most high-pressure moments. Ferran Torres proved that persistence pays off, delivering a vital goal when the match seemed to be slipping away. Their triumph at La Cartuja revealed a new dimension in Barcelona's DNA: patience and resilience. Instead of panicking when falling behind, they stayed disciplined, waited for their moments, and seized them ruthlessly. It's a maturity that once belonged only to seasoned teams, and now it's taking root in a young, hungry Barcelona side eager to rise again. On the other side, this defeat sounded alarms for Real Madrid. Despite flashes of brilliance from Kylian Mbappé and leadership from Jude Bellingham, individual moments weren't enough to save a team that collapsed when it mattered most. Costly errors from stalwarts like Courtois and emotional outbursts like Rudiger's showed a Madrid side that has lost the ice-cold edge they once prided themselves on. More importantly, it exposed the urgent need for a squad overhaul at the Bernabeu. Carlo Ancelotti now faces pressure like never before. If Madrid are serious about staying at the summit of European football, a bold, sweeping rejuvenation is needed, and fast. Tactically, this final was a fascinating clash of philosophies. Barcelona opted for selective pressing and deadly counterattacks, a pragmatic, efficient style, prioritizing results over aesthetics. In contrast, Real Madrid struggled to find balance, at times pushing too aggressively and leaving themselves exposed, at other times defending too passively against Barcelona's surges. In a final so emotionally charged, variables like VAR and mental strength played just as big a role as tactics in shaping the outcome. Looking ahead, this win doesn't just bring Barcelona a prestigious trophy, it sends a powerful message. Their new generation is ready to step into the spotlight, but there's little time to celebrate. Next up is a daunting Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan, where the physical exhaustion from 120 grueling minutes, the mental toll of European nights, and Inter's ruthless efficiency will test Barcelona's limits like never before. There's no room for mistakes now, no space for the lapses that allowed Mbappé and Vinicius to break through, no margin for errors like Courtois' slip. If Barcelona truly dream of lifting the Champions League trophy, they must turn the magic of La Cartuja into a launch pad, not just a fleeting moment of glory. Because in football, it's never just about cups and medals. It's about how teams respond to their defining moments, sweet or bitter, triumphant or heartbreaking. This Copa del Rey final crowned a champion, yes, but it also posed serious questions to both Spanish giants about the road ahead. Because today's victory can quickly become tomorrow's burden, and today's failure, if embraced wisely, can be the fuel for an extraordinary rebirth. In the end, what matters most for both Barcelona and Real Madrid isn't what they did over these 120 minutes. It's what they choose to do next. Change, evolve, or risk falling behind in a game that's more ruthless than ever. This El Clasico didn't just end a chapter, it launched a new, even fiercer race that has only just begun.